All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate your patience. Thank you very much. All right. So, mind, body, and soul for business. I'm glad we had a good turnout for this. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Paul, for going ahead and doing this for us. Gives us an opportunity to let you know about our businesses and the impact that we want to create here in this community, in this town, Stanford. And, let you guys know that as you're building your career, building your businesses, you don't have to sacrifice your physical, emotional, and mental health. So this is what we're bringing to you, the mind, body, and soul about everything here. So I'd like to introduce my two partners here. So I represent two businesses here in the area. One is Fappern, obviously that Paul told you, and I work with him. Our location of our studio is downtown Stanford. We have another one in White Plains, and then my wife of 1 month today, we represent coaching and counseling in Connecticut. So it's a hybrid coaching and counseling practice. She does the scuba diving and goes real deep. I'm more on the surface of the water and doing the fishing in the boat, pull the fish in and saying how you want to get it cooked. All right, so, so thank you very much guys for coming here. So basically what I want to do real quick, I'm going to get a chance to meet all you guys. I don't know if you guys got a chance to meet each other. So if you can just say your name, your business real quick, and also if you can answer, sorry about that. That question right there. One of the top 3 things I want others to experience from the contribution of my work or my career is. One word, if you can go.
I think we should start from this side.
Yeah, start from right there. So name, business, and one word to this question right here.
All righty. How you doing? My name is Dion Cohen. I am the owner of Headquarters Barbering Institute. I am a real estate agent. I own 3 businesses in Connecticut. Also an online business, and one of the top 3 things I want others to experience from my contribution of my work career is I'm an image expert. So if you come sit in my chair, I'll make you look good.
Look at
I like that.
So that's where I am.
Awesome. We heard about you guys.
Yeah, I think you know me by now. Derek Wrights and McMahon Insurance. I would say peace of mind.
Nice.
I'm Nick Sheketoff. We specialize in health insurance. Yeah, I was close to. I was gonna say like comfort.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Peace
but
and comfort.
Peace, comfort. Yeah.
I like that. Nice.
That's
Awesome. Yeah, of course.
all right.
My name is Robin Ginsberg. My business is Healing Life Losses and Harbor Hypnotherapy. And I would want others to experience happiness.
That's good.
Kent Murphy. I have an ad agency. I think I want people to experience success in whatever way they want to define them.
Their own definition of success. We're going to talk about that later. It's a good one.
Hi, I'm Tracy Scalzi. I have a holistic wellness center in Stamford, Connecticut. We're all about mind, body, and soul. And we have a million different modalities, but the thing that I really look for, because I've lost it but found it, thank God, is to find their worth. Because a lot of people, just lose who they are. So it's a combination. So
Nice.
Hi, I'm Lori Fidyson. I am a nutrition coach and yoga teacher, and I would say longevity.
Longevity. Nice.
Hey everybody, I'm Zaz Zed, live video marketing strategist. One of the top 3 things I want others to experience from my work is being authentic in the live video world. Yeah.
Got it. So being authentic in live video world. Give me an example of that.
An example would be being authentic in your engagement with your audience so that they get to know you better and not hide behind the fake you, the brand. You need to engage. You need to tap into your brand, who you are, and be authentic and not be afraid of it.
So it's about to get weird up here.
Yeah.
Hello everybody, I'm Toby Keitmeier. I'm from Germany, and I own a boat detailing company here in Stanford. It's called Nautical Details. And on the site I'm selling a German tool. It's called Creamer. It increases microcirculation. What I would like, well, I'm a big advocate of never stop growing and learning.
So you want people to learn?
Yeah, constantly. You got to never stop.
Awesome. Nice.
I'm Donna Vanderpool. I'm a mortgage loan originator. And I guess what we want. try to provide a stress-free experience. It's hard purchasing a home. So I guess try to make it stress-free, and I'll work through the nights and the weekends and do what it takes to get it done, so.
Gotcha.
I just-
So people experience ease, it sounds like.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, like you were
It
talking
doesn't
about
have
peace,
to be
peace
so
of mind,
complex.
same type of business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Gary Judkins, and company's name is 100 from the Line, and basically what we want to do is make sure that our clients understand that their customers are the most important thing to growing their business.
Gotcha. And then what you want people to experience through their contribution to that company. Or your work period, your career period. Think about that. Get back to you next.
I'm one half of 100 from the Line creative agency as well. And what we offer is creating content for brands. And it's kind of based off what Gary had said, what we want to contribute to our customers is that they do understand that their customers are the most important because in their work. So grabbing their audience is how you grow your business. And if we can help you understand that through social media and just you'll be okay.
Gotcha. Cool.
I'm David Zapparo. I'm a commercial real estate agent. And one of the top 3 things I want others to experience from the contribution of my work and career is a direction. You know, I want to make sure that you make the right decision if you're going to, small business owner, want to advance your career and your business and create a highly visible brand. I can assist with that and provide you direction.
More money?
Yeah.
More money, more money, more money.
I like that. Now, that's not hiding behind anything.
My name is Eddie Martinez. I'm a full-time student at the University of Bridgeport. I'm a communication student. And I also have a podcast station out of Bridgeport called Top Station, where we try to highlight all the great things happening within Connecticut. I think there's way too much negativity in the news, just because that's what sells. And so I try to highlight that. Our slogan is actually your daily oasis of positive vibes. So to answer your question up there, just positive vibes.
Positive vibes. I like that. Cool. Hard to follow that.
I'm Andy's better, if not shorter half at Work Life. I'd say confidence, financial investment planning, advisorship. Just that boring, steady, nice stuff.
Hey, steady and nice is good.
Exactly.
Steady and nice is
no
good.
stress.
Yeah.
I'm Ellen. I work with training and development and learning and development, and I would say helping people thrive, personally and professionally.
Thriving personally.
Yes. Whether the little or corporate.
Nice.
Scott Coopersmith, Mobile Connect Systems, the digital marketing company, and I help clients find their why.
Okay.
People buy why you sell something, not what you sell. So understanding why you're doing it, it really helps you motivate yourself.
Gotcha. Simon Sinek?
Yeah, right.
There you go. Yeah, the understanding of why. I like to teach the who first, the why second. We'll talk about it.
Tracy Riska, CPA. I want to help people understand the importance of being CEO of their household.
Oh, I like
And
that.
not just business.
Got it. CEO of the household.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Get
Sum
your
that up in one word.
financial order.
Give me one word for that.
One word?
Yeah.
Wealth.
There.
Wellness.
Share me. Yeah. Go ahead.
My name is Joanne Farrow, and I started my own business a couple of months ago, Newfield Accounting. Like Tracy, I also believe that individuals should run their households like they're running a small business. So helping both individuals and small businesses get financially organized. And I guess through that organization, hopefully to give them some freedom, financial freedom, and peace of mind.
Peace of mind. Another piece. I like it.
My name is Tom Matarazzo, and we help companies manage their order-to-cash process, everything to do with their billings, collections, payment management. We introduce technologies that help them manage that part of their business. And it's giving people confidence in their business model and, of course, selling is important, but collecting money and making sure you get paid is just as important.
Definitely.
I am Mark Hannon. I am a web and graphic designer. I specialize in helping companies, small businesses especially, that haven't heard from their web guy in the last 6 months or longer, or nonprofits that are relying on a overworked volunteer to handle all of the social media and the web until that person burns out, walks away. And what I would like my clients to experience from my work is visibility and relevance.
Visibility and relevance, nice.
What words left now? Very kind of you guys for a Chinese national here. So my name is Bo Zhang. I'm a wealth manager with Morgan Stanley, downtown Stanford. One word will be ease, I guess.
Ease.
You know, I provide easy solutions. I look after people's financial interests so they can focus on what they're doing best. That's what I do.
Nice, thank you everybody, I appreciate all that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Seriously, so the reason why I asked that question is just to understand why you are doing the business that you're doing and being very clear on the impact that you want to make. That is giving you the type of clarity that's going to allow you to have that energy to keep going through the ups and downs and the all arounds. And since you guys are business owners, business professionals, you know you not have seen days that are always perfect and ease and flow. So to know why you do what you do, and is very important. I'm going to bring that back to who and having those clarity basics on who you are, right? So everybody knows in the business space that these qualities up here, being smart, dedicated, driven, courageous, influential, sharp, and things like that, is going to carry you through. And what's going to be able to bring these qualities out is going to be your ability to be able to carry your energy over the long term, right? So your mental, your emotional, and physical energy, these 3 different domains, we want to learn on how we can capitalize on all 3 of these at the same time. Now, what do you think is the #1 thing that you can do to be able to boost up your physical, emotional, and mental energy? Anybody?
Exercise.
One. Bing! You guys know it. You guys know it. All right, I like that. Perfect. All right, so I love this quote here. If the demands of your job or life require you to learn fast, deal with stress, be alert, pay attention, remember important things, and keep a positive attitude, then you must take exercise more seriously. Brendan Burchard. You guys know who Brendan Burchard is?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, so he's one of the most sought after high performance coaches in the world. He has this book out now called High Performance Habits, and he has the High Performance Institute. And he recently took about 20,000 of the world's top performers and brought them through all different types of cognitive tests and things like that, just to see what made them tick and what made them so successful. 5% out of the 20,000 were found to work out on an average of 3 times a week minimum. So that's something to remember right there. So, talking about exercise, the body part of this presentation is going to be Paul. I'm going to bring him up here. He's going to tell you how fat burn can literally have you eating according to your Ferrari lifestyle, because you don't want to feel yourself like a caravan or move like a caravan at all.
Welcome, Paul.
Paul Wintegers, hello everybody. Chief Exercise Officer over here at Fat Burn. Chris mentioned the Stanford location, White Plains. We're opening in New York City quite soon as well. I edited all the slides right before this, and I think this is the old version. What I'm looking at right now.
Well, I got all discombobulated. I didn't know we were going to have a presenter before us. We pulled a quick one.
I'm going to be winging a lot of stuff. What's the next slide? Okay, you can press down for me. Yes, this is definitely the old stuff, but let's go with it. So, who here goes to the gym? About half you guys, right? Everybody else is into resistance training? Right? So, what I want to start with today is I want to tell you guys what I consider to be the most important word when it comes to fitness and health, okay? And I want to start by just asking you guys your opinion, much like Chris did, but we're just going to shout them out. So when you think of a fitness lifestyle, what kind of words come to mind?
Consistency.
Consistency. What else?
Discipline.
Discipline.
Active. Commitment.
Active.
Commitment.
Commitment.
Drive.
Drive.
Healthy.
Healthy.
Easy.
How about the best workout regimens or cool workout regimens? What comes to mind there?
Very.
Varied?
Hit,
Got it?
hit, high intensity.
Hit. Very nice. Yep, we do a lot of that.
Leaving the gym.
Leaving the gym, so you're in this. He's resisting me. What about a healthy lifestyle?
Less beers.
Less beers. Actually, no, they have the 90-calorie beers now. You drink like 90 of them. Healthy lifestyle.
No
Eat a green word. What was that?
No sugar.
No sugar, exactly.
A lot of water, hydrate.
Water, cool. And lastly, what about some diets that you guys know? What are some popular diets? Keto diet.
Paleo.
Paleo.
On the switch of that vegan side.
Vegan, yeah, that's a diet. Intermittent
Mediterranean.
fasting is a big one. Mediterranean diet. There's a ton of stuff out there, right? Point is, there's a ton of workout regimens. There's a ton of diets. I believe they all work. Okay, so fat burn isn't the best workout. It's not the best diet. But what I think works for most people is any diet or workout regimen that you stick to and that you can sustain. So the problem with most people is they stop doing whatever it is they're doing until they hit their goal, right? So what do we got going on here? What's next here? Yeah, go past this one. Imagine this is all the old stuff. This is the most important word when it comes to fitness. Because anything in our life that we sustain is probably what? It's convenient, right? So that's why you sustain it. So what is fat burn? Fat burn is the most convenient way to lose fat, to gain muscle, or to lose weight, because we incorporate a trainer that tells you exactly what to do with a different body part each day. These guys know. You also get a nutrition coach or a coach like Chris who keeps you motivated, holds you accountable, tracks you every 2 weeks, tells you exactly what to eat. And third, we employ a full-time chef who actually cooks the food for you, delivers it right to the studio, you pick it up right when you're done working out, or we can deliver it to your house. So there's literally no excuse with the convenience of giving you what you need to get a great fat loss result, okay? The secret journey, which is what a lot of fitness professionals don't want you to know, is that there is a much more successful route to go than just saying, I want to lose 30 pounds and I want to do it tomorrow, or I want to have a six-pack and I want it tomorrow. Because that's a huge rate of failure. So I've noticed with about 2,000 people that have come through Fat Burn now, 500 people that I've coached personally, most people want to lose 30 pounds, they want to lose body fat, they want to gain some muscle, they want their confidence back, they want to look good in clothes, but they literally want it right away in a straight line, right? So what happens is everybody burns out before they get to their goal, or they hit their goal and then they burn out, and that's what this red line is here. That's what people are doing. They're losing their 30 pounds, and then they're giving it all back, or 40 pounds, or even worse, and they're back to where they started, or worse before they started. What we preach here at Fat Burn is something that we call minimal effective dose, which Chris alluded to in one of the slides prior. But basically, we found that over 6 years of coaching people, we put them through a nice steady range of challenges every 3 months, which engage your mind for 3 to 4 weeks, so that you're mentally committed to get a result, and we expect you to get a result. Did you guys just do the challenge? Yeah? Did you get results? Okay, great. So I won't put you on the spot and ask you if they were. But the whole point is that after you get a result, maybe this person who wants to lose 30 pounds lost 8 pounds in a 3-week period. We coach you on just how to maintain that for the next 2 months, because that's the hardest part. That's where people stop. They don't sustain the gains they got. But if you do sustain those gains you got, when you're mentally ready again to do another 3 or 4 week stint, you're going to lose another 8 pounds, and it's an example. And what we call is result stacking. So you're going to stack a result every 3 months on top of each other, and you're going to end up at the end result of where you want it to be, where this person is just back to where they started, probably 3 or 4 months after they started that whole process. Does that make sense? What's that? Yeah, that's why we had you up here first. Well, that actually does a disservice to us for saying we let this guy go and we get through this process, right? Well, let's go to the next slide here. So there's a much higher success rate with this approach than there was with the red line, okay? Next slide, please. The reason it looks so easy for somebody like Chris, who's 43 years old, 42 years old, to have 9% body fat is because he is not stressing himself out by going way beyond that range and have to expend all that energy to get that huge result, and then getting really disappointed when he comes back through it. It's really easy to only have to lose 1% body fat or 2 or 3 pounds and then maintain that, and then come back down gradually when you know your minimal effective dose but not get out of that range. So it's just easy, it's stress less, and you kind of all are just like coasting through being confident and being where you like to be. Okay?
Yeah, we
Next
like to
slide.
call that our sprint phase and our maintenance phase.
Sprint and maintenance. And now, lastly, I'm just going to get into minimal effective dose and tell you how we do this. This is just the yo-yo example I was showing you. The next slide, because in a normal presentation, what I do is I actually will teach you how you can begin calculating your minimal effective dose. Probably takes about 20 minutes to do that, so I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm just going to tell you what it is, and I'll invite you guys in individually for a free workout if you want. Sit down with Chris or myself, and we'll go through the minimal effective dose exercise with you and show you exactly how to start calculating it. Because when you know it for yourself, you can use it in your own lives, no matter where you work out, whether it be fat burn at your own gym, at your own house, and it's a really powerful tool to quantify exactly what it is you're doing with your fitness lifestyle. It tells you exactly how many workouts you need to do in a week, tells you exactly how many healthy meals you need to eat in a week to get your body to stay the same. Because once you know that, you dial it up during challenges, you maintain, you dial it down when you go on vacation, when you get sick, you know you're gradually going to come off a little bit, but you stay within that band and mentally keep yourself in the game, which is part of what we're doing here. So our goal is to help you hit your goal, to help you maintain your goal, help you feel healthy and live a more confident life, and be able to do that without feeling like you have to stress and sacrifice by making fitness convenient. So that would be my one word to answer your question for you again, convenience. So just to give you a real brief minimal effective dose calculation here, do I have that on the next slide? You guys could, this is me like 9 years ago and 25 pounds heavier, but if you scroll down, this is me after 60 days of fat burn. Okay, keep going here. We got Cassie lost 19 pounds. You could go through that. Rosie lost 30 pounds. Mario 16% in 5 months. Jen lost 100 pounds in 12 months. Keep going one more, please. And the minimal effective dose is simply the smallest dose that will produce the desired outcome, and anything beyond that is wasteful, because who wants to work out more than you have to or eat healthy meals more than you have to, right? We want to get you exactly dialed into what it takes for your body to stay the same. So if you guys want to write down what the minimal effective dose, it's right on the next slide here, and then we can kind of coach you through But, so that's the joke. So the next slide really is, here's my contact information for anybody who is interested in exploring this a little more. We're happy to have you in and talk about it and fully explain all the details, okay? And with that, we're going to introduce Elena. Thank
Come on, Elena.
All right.
All right.
Oh, wait.
So we're going to be skipping a
More
couple of
easy.
slides because we're all over the place right now. We're being authentic in our presentation. But these are some of our current clients here, and they all have their own particular stories. And to piggyback off of what Paul was saying there, the minimum effective dose is something we really love teaching to our clients because, like we said, we want to put convenience at the forefront because the easier something is, the more likely somebody's going to do it. Our brains are wired to take the path of least resistance, and when we want to create the change, it's not always so easy. So we want to be able to create that for our individuals by starting exactly where they are. So, even sometimes people come to me, they're like, I'm not giving up my wine, not happening. Or I'm not giving up my cookies. I'm like, you don't gotta do anything you want to do. You came here through our doors, right? So let's figure out how many cookies you can have a week. Let's figure out how many glasses of wine you can have a week and still get a fitness result. You want to get a fitness result, right? Yeah, I do. All right, then we're going to see. So when he was talking about the minimum effective dose, it kind of takes about what, like 6 weeks?
60 to 90 days is like the sweet spot of really figuring out what it is for you specifically, yeah.
Right, and it takes the client to really track what they're doing, and we make it a really simple system to be able to do that. What's a fat burn approved meal? Obviously, what's a non-fat burn approved meal? If you all ate out there, you probably had a non-fat burn approved meal, right? How many workouts it takes you to get a fitness result, and how many of those vices that you have and still be able to get a fitness result. So we want to be able to make this sustainable and long-lasting and stop the yo-yo type stuff there too.
But the meal outside stimulated the mind and the soul.
Yeah.
2/3 the way there.
2/3 of the way there. Exactly. All right, so I'm going to skip past a whole bunch of stuff here. I actually wrote these thoughts, emotions, and actions just so we can save time. And I'll go right to you. You ready?
Okay, yeah. Do you want to leave this out?
Yeah, I'll hand this out.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Great. So Chris was about to tell you before a really fun story about this.
Yes.
So he's going to hand it all out. It's definitely something that is the idea of what we wanted to share with you tonight as far as the mind part. So As a counselor, there's so much that I could go on to share with you tonight, but I decided to just keep it simple. In this is an idea of something that's simple, because it's a tool that has basically the entire human experience captured in a circle. Right, so of course life is complex and there's a bunch of different ways to improve stress, but he was going to tell you how one of the members of the royal family prior to getting married was taught how to use this. And as you can see, more from what Chris did on the board here, there are many, many levels here. So it's about capturing where you are, where your state of mind is, and matching it with your thoughts and your emotions so that we really can kind of manipulate it and keep you in the high level emotions. We want to do that because that's where your potential lies. So as you can see here, no such thing as wins and losses. As you can see from your sheet all the way on the top, that's where creation is. It's where your best flow state will be. So what we do in counseling is more individualized, right? So I'll meet with you one-on-one and then I'll be able to kind of match exactly what the strategies are going to be on your past, what you're going to do currently, and the future that you want to create. But here, we're going to do bigger things that kind of represent a greater whole.
Yeah, so I can kind of like give a little example of this, because how it looks like when people come to us in Fatburn, or how they come to you and I. It could be a situation, so these levels right here, right, these are different perspectives on how you can just see your world and experience your world through a different lens. And you got the lowest level of energy, the way what it feels like from level 1 all the way to level 7. So you can just see these nouns. I mean, you can just see like victim, fighter, rationalizer, caregiver. It feels better as you get higher and higher there, right? So I'll have a lady come in and she'll be driven, successful, crushes everything in her life, but she just can't get her weight under control. It's the one thing that's been escaping her forever. And she'll just be like, it's too hard for me to stick to this diet, this exercise thing, this is too crazy, you guys want me to give up this, you want me to give up that, I got everybody on my back at my house, my job is going nuts, and blah, 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 right? So she's just like bugging out, right? So if you look at that type of energy, you know, where do you think she might be falling on this type of energy right there? A victim, all the way, right? So every thought creates an emotion, every emotion creates an action. Her thought is, I can't get this right, this is too hard. The emotion is just like, let me just throw my hands up, and the action is, I'm gonna sabotage myself. I need to feel in control of my uncontrolling feeling of not being able to feel in control, so I'm gonna show me, I'm gonna freebase this cheesecake off this table right now. So then she can regain control, because this type of person is driven. She doesn't lose, right? She doesn't lose. She'd rather make you lose and her win. So that's that level 2, the fighter. I win, you lose. The only way I can win is if you lose. But she has the inner conflict with herself. She's fighting with herself, right? And in order to be able to take the step of, you know, eating the cookies, the cheesecake, she has to rationalize everything. Well, I worked out 3 times this week and nothing happened, so I might as well go ahead and do something for myself. I mean, right? So it's just when somebody sets an expectation of these grand results and didn't realize the way she built her business for 15 years, the way she went through school and graduated, took the internship, that all took time. But all of a sudden, because she woke up for 3 classes at 6 a.m. and she gave up 2 glasses of wine on a Tuesday and a Thursday, all of a sudden that she's supposed to lose 8 pounds in 1 week. So the expectations are down. And that's what we really like to set up for our clients. Just really digging into those core thoughts that trigger the emotion, that trigger the actions.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be used from weight loss, it can be used in marriages, how to speak with each other. All of us who have a business, you have someone, some close relationship that you would want to preserve. And how much better if your child was also getting taught this, and if they're trying to fight with you, we can move them into a better place where they could communicate and go out into the world and really know how to rationalize with others, how to create win-win situations. So we can use this for so many different things. So we're giving this to you, take home, and really look into it and look at the different ways that you could approach something at any time. Right, so that was our take home for you. Next slide, let's see what it is. Ooh, okay, so the idea is, how can we help you to get to the top level emotions, right? And that's because that's where your potential lies. So we wanted to also know who here is feeling like they're at the brink of their potential? Who feels that there's some untapped potential here and that you're getting ready and you're preparing yourself for all that? All right, great. So for those of you that did raise your hand, we want to help you get there. We want to give you some of the tools to do that. One of the ways that we would like to do that is to give you activities that you can do right away and capitalize on the speed of implementation. Oh, surprise. Okay, so as Chris said.
What's a surprise tonight?
Yeah. Thinking on the bottom, growth-minded. As you said that you love that growth mindset. Those are on the higher levels. Moving forward, here it is, speed of implementation. All right, can someone read the definition for me?
The ability to generate ideas and capitalize on opportunities due to availability and readiness.
Thank you, David.
Bam, speed of implementation.
I can read it too.
There you go.
Get your money
All
back.
right. See, that is yours. That's the energy behind opportunity. That's the energy behind the speed of implementation. It's about just diving in and playing without judgment. So we want you to think about, could you be more bold in business and sales if you were playing like that? Capitalizing on your opportunities and diving in and playing without judgment. Right? Of course you would be better in that way. So, not yet.
Okay.
All right. So, I want you to think about, what is the major obstacle to feeling like you could jump into anything. And a lot of the time, it's really fatigue, right? So what is the major cause of feeling fatigued physically, emotionally, and mentally? Sleep.
What was that?
You said it? Sleep?
Who said it?
Donna.
Bam!
Burnout.
You paid your way through. Nice. You like people who get engaged.
All right, so play along. All right, so.
Exactly.
All right, the reason why we bring up sleep is because it really is for a lot of the clients that I see that are in higher level positions. It's the one thing that they take off the table first. It is so, so, so important. Now, among all researchers that check into sleep, no matter what your business is, 7 to 8 hours, that's the gold standard. Who here has the gold standard amount of sleep? Yeah, some of you. Okay, great.
Really?
What about Donald?
You get set? Wow, I'm so impressed.
I didn't
Okay,
think
good.
you slept this time.
I didn't know he slept. Okay, so one of the things that is so important, and I want to drive this home, and I want to tell you about one extra thing that you may or may not know about that happens while you sleep. And that is, the next slide, I hope. Neurogenesis. Okay, so from a little bit of psychology and some neuroscience, I want to tell you about the fact that you get new neurons when you are sleeping. And this is so important. So neurons are the brain cells that you have there. So what they do and the way that they work is a little different. They send and receive signals and chemicals from one another. Now the signals, among many other things, they make sense of the information that we're taking in, and then the chemicals kind of manage our emotions, overly simplified. But if you can capitalize on these new neurons, what you get is more brain power. And what I mean by that is more intelligence, better critical thinking, a better mood, and more energy. So what I want to do is talk a little bit about how we can move into making sure that you get the right amount of sleep. So you want to think about Paul's minimum effective dose. The minimum effective dose is 7 hours. Next slide. Okay, great. So it is 7 hours, so we really want you to go there. And I know that some of you can probably think that 5 hours or whatever your minimum effective dose is going to be good enough because you produce well on it. But from studying high performers, I want to let you know that anything that you are doing to get you to this level of success will be one of the hindrances to get you to that next level of success. So this is one of the areas that you could tap into to bring you to your potential. And it's rest more, right? There's so much gold, like I say, in 7 hours of sleep. Overall well-being, better relationships, you'd be better in your career, and you'd have a better physique. Chris and Paul can tell you that sleep and weight loss absolutely affect each other.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Okay. So what I want to do from here, and I hope this is the next slide, but And that is to tell you how to level it up. So how to use the neurogenesis that's happening while you're sleeping, plus getting a full 7 hours of sleep. Maybe. Try it out. Maybe. Yes. Okay, great. So what you're going to do is set an intention or goal in the morning. Why you want to do this is you're capitalizing on your new neurons. The way that you're going to do this is it's not this actually at all. So we are not on, so I'm going to tell you how to do it because it's not on the slide here. And I don't think any of the rest of my slides are not on there. So we're going to keep going, though. So the way that you're going to do this is you're going to have your intention or your goal set in the morning. And you're going to link it with a memory of success. The way that you're going to do this is you're going to make sure that you're going to do this without multitasking. And it's going to be one of the first things you do in the morning. If you need to brush your teeth, you can do that. But I want you to wake up, set for yourself this intention, and it would look a little bit like this. You go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you come back into your room, you sit at the edge of your bed, and you bring to the forefront of your thinking your intention or your goal for the day. You match it with the memory of the time of that area in which you were successful, and you hold it in your mind's eye for another moment. And then you bring your consciousness again to the room. You get up and you continue with your routine. It's very, very powerful, and there are two reasons why. One, when you link it with a memory of success in that area, your brain finds it predictable and knows the pattern of how to get there. Secondly, if you continue to do this same goal or same intention for 21 days to 28 days, so that'll be 3 weeks to 4 weeks, repeatedly, what will happen is you'll really create very strong pathways. And you're going to be using these new neurons, which are in vital decision-making places in your mind, to have automatic decisions and habits and choices so that you can jump in and play without judgment. Right? So when we're in counseling, we're constantly talking about what are the things that we can do, do for you that can make sure that the negative thinking, the distractions are out of the way, and your most authentic self is driving you towards success constantly, whatever that success looks like for you. No more slides. But the next thing that I want to do is continue to talk to you about the fact that this is cognitive training. Anytime that you want to get to the next level of success, you want to make sure that you're bringing your mind exactly, your actions are beginning to follow your mind. Your mind wants to be directing your brain into that flow. The second thing I wanted to share with you guys is how to do deliberate focus. So the story behind deliberate focus was to share with you, he's not up here, Peter Shankman. Is anyone familiar with him? Okay, great. So he is a social media expert. He builds businesses. His story is amazing. What he can do with deliberate focus is kind of outstanding. It's a phenomenal output. So he signs a book contract with a 2-week deadline. So he has these major businesses going on in New York. He decides in order to get this done, he can't spend the entire 2 weeks on it. He buys a $4,000 round trip ticket to Tokyo. Gets on the plane, begins writing, lands in Tokyo, has an espresso, gets back on the plane, finishes writing a beast of a manuscript, and brings it back to the publisher. So that's an example of what you can do when your focus is incredible, when you really worked and did some cognitive training on creation and concentration. So I want to share with you one way that you can concentrate better for longer. So if you have an opportunity to do trips to Tokyo, you can figure that out. But what we're really going to do is something practical. So I want you to start with 3 hours, 3-hour sessions. And this is what we're going to use to make that happen. So you're going to start with 3-hour sessions. And I say sessions because I'm a counselor, but what you will do in that time is not be accessible to anybody. No connectivity to your phone, social media, or emails. And you will just work on whatever it is that's at hand. At first it will be a little bit difficult, but eventually you'll be able to get it done. And then what you're going to do is increase the amount of times that you will have that session in a week. It's going to be phenomenal because of this neuroplasticity. If you can't get away and you must be accessible for a variety of reasons, the best thing that you can do is set in your intention or in your schedule that you are going to do deliberate focus for 3 hours at a time. What that means is you're only going to deal with the task at hand. Stay strictly on that task at hand. Does anyone relate to trying to work and then having random ideas pop up in your head?
All the time.
Right, and we have notifications on our phone. We're going to set just specific times, create that diligence in ourselves and just say we will not attend to any of those other things that pop up in our mind until that timer is off, so from 12 to 3. The more that you can do that, the more regularly you can do that, you put your brain into a place where it is using its function called neuroplasticity. So here, this is the ability of the brain to form and reorganize connections, right? Especially in response to learning, new experiences and new environments. So your new experience and environment would be shutting yourself off from notifications and really focusing at the task at hand. So put the T there, because I was going to match another example. So that's your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors. Along with all this, if you've ever had an opportunity or to get upset by someone and you just can't stop replaying that, this is exactly what is going to stop that. And we used a lot of that in counseling so that we can move past great pains of our past, but we also can do this for business owners to create with magnitude. Okay, go on to the next one. So these are the examples of the deliberate focus. Okay, so we want you to create really strong pathways. The way that you can tap into an extra layer of intelligence for you is to allow what's happening with neuroplasticity and what's going on in your mind all the time is the connecting, detaching, reconnecting of the ideas that you have here. Anytime that you are responding to a notification or another idea in your mind and you pay attention to the thoughts and emotions that follow that, you are losing strength in your pathways. So in order to capitalize on that, capitalize on your IQ and step into the full potential of that for yourself, you want to do something repeatedly. So the more sessions of deliberate focus you can have, the prioritize your tasks at that time, as well as setting the intentions repeatedly. These are all things that you can pretty much start tomorrow that will have great effects if you keep it going throughout 2019. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to wrap up this portion of the presentation. So the mind, body, and I'm going to do the soul part. So I wish like my voice actually deepened right there, like the guy from Allstate. So I went through the soul part, like Allstate. But so exactly, soul for business. I mean, businesses themselves don't have a soul. People have souls, right? So that's everything about your thoughts, your beliefs. It's everything about who you think you are, and also who you think you have to be in the moment. You are your business, and the way you do business clearly defines your who. Who you are determines what you do and how you do it. And there's a whole bunch of series of I am statements there. And that's one of the things we like to teach our clients all the time. We'll have people come in a fat burn and say, I am fat. And it's like, well, you have fat, you have fingernails, but you're not a fingernail, right? Or I am busy, or I am, lazy, right? You start to really engulf these I am statements, and then you start to live them out. Just like she was talking with the neural pathways. You start saying these thoughts and beliefs, and then your body is going to react to it, right? Every single thought we have is, our cells in our body are thought effective, and then if we train ourselves in a negative way, then we're just going to fulfill that out all the time. So what I like to do with my clients, the first place I like to play is really just fleshing out who people are. So, who am I? What do I value? What are my strengths? And what are my blind spots? What are my goals? I know what I want, and I know my personal definition of success. What does that look like? What does that feel like? And you'll be surprised when a lot of people have no idea what success looks and feels like to them at the core. It's what they see their family do, it's what they see the people around them do on TV or whatever it may be. They might be chasing the wrong things. And then, if that is the case, they definitely don't know how to have a plan to get what they want because they truly don't even know what they want yet. Knowing yourself in the present moment is a lot different than imagining thyself. All right, so let's know thyself, imagine thyself. I got a client that's a Fairfield County kid, and you know, he wanted to just be like dad, wanted to be like big brother, and do the finance thing. So he went to school for it, squeaked by a really competitive high school, but mom helped him out because a lot of mothers in Fairfield County have a tremendous amount of pressure on them for their kids to really crush it. So they got to get that sticker on the back of that Rover, you know, and be able to talk to their friends about it, right? So goes to college, he gets by college as well because there's no way he's going to fail out or else. And, you know, comes home and, you know, really gets into that business world, right? Where he thinks he's supposed to play because he wants the things that his dad has, wants the things that his big brother has, wants the things that his friends' dads have. And then he just ends up having anxiety at the wazoo, popping Xannies, doing, you know, drinking alcohol and things like that, and just totally unhappy. We work with one another, we find out the kid has a knack for the camera, and he really likes sports too. So now he's going to school for sports broadcasting, he couldn't be happier than anything ever. So just knowing exactly what's going to make him come alive, and not feeling he had to be a certain way, and really defining his definition of success that was attached to his core values. It took some time, but we fleshed it out and he was able to do that. Now his brother, on the other hand, he was built for it. He had a wicked jump shot, he crushed school, loved business, did great grades, you know, jumped right into his first gig, 60, 70-hour work weeks, and then, you know, as the years piled up, got a couple of kids, married his high school sweetheart, and then, you know, just business as usual, taking the commute up to New York City, coming back, making a lot of money, playing golf on Sundays, but year after year, just checking out. He's the nightcap at the end of the night just to get up and do it again and again and again. A lot of hours spent outside of the home. Kids are like, where's dad? Where is dad? Dad's working. And that's what his dad did, and that's what his dad before him did. And then really trying to figure out on where he wants to be. Still a work in progress, because letting go of that initial feel of what he thought success was just isn't cutting it no more. But then how can you back out of that? You got to figure out a way to be able to do that. But it's not worth going through life just being unhappy, unhealthy, and killing yourself for this made-up facade of what he thought success was, just for him, for the individual. So it's a seed plant very, very early. So what I like to do with my clients is have them imagine the feeling they're after and determine the feeling that they're after. If it's to feel more free, more at ease, more confidence, more peace, right? Things like that. Then living into those experiences is where we want to build a skill. It's called borrowing from the future, or anchoring yourself in the future to bring it into the now. So what we find is a lot of people, they feel that their goal is a place to go to, or it's a destination to go to. But a goal is really not that. A goal is a place to come from. So you can bring your happiness into the now. You can bring your health into the now. Yeah, you didn't lose 30 pounds in one day, but you're taking the steps to feel healthier so your body can combat all the years of what it took to put the 30 pounds on, or all the years it take, that fear that you have, that anxiety that you just can't play life at a bigger game, or even giving yourself permission to do what it is that you want to do with your one wild, precious moment on earth. So, defining your success definition. I mean, this is something that I did for one of my clients here. I mean, she's so sweet. She's one heck of a bookkeeper. She loves helping. I mean, she is in recovery of being a Mrs. Nice Girl right now. Like, she helps. But oftentimes she feels that level 1 energy as a victim. She feels like because she's helping so many other people and she loves to care for so many other people, her 2 kids, her husband, her clients, it just doesn't feel good anymore. It doesn't feel as if that, don't worry about me, you win, I'm good. It's like her battery just got lower and lower and lower, and now she feels like she can't do anything. She can't even have time to work out, time to eat right, time to give to her kids the way she wants, because she's just overwhelmed with anxiety. So when I asked her, I was like, what do you want? What's going to be success to you? What's your definition of success? Can you tell me what the contributions are that you want your other clients to experience as a result to your work? Like the question I asked you guys. Really digging that out. It was hard for her to articulate it. She gave me word after word after word. After about 20 minutes, I had a bunch of words that I was able to put together. So her success definition is, I'm a high-performing professional working mother who is confident, organized, and reliable. I love to serve others, and people can depend on me. I'm able to do this by the boundaries that I developed for myself, which bring me more ease and flow into my day. I'm no longer a slave to fear, anxiety, and worry. So this is after session 1, after our initial session. And I had her write this down 10 times a day for 21 days straight. She almost made it to 21 days, because she said her hand was hurting and things like that. But those neurological pathways, just by the act of writing something down, you retain the information more, right? She was borrowing from the future. This is what she was chasing all along, and she didn't know it. So she got sidetracked with client after client after client after client, and was just at her wit's end, and she found herself to be 40 pounds heavier. And one of the goals that she said to me when she came in, she goes, "I just want a sick body." I was like, "You what? Okay, let's do that. What's keeping you from that, right?" So yeah, I was really happy to be able to flesh that out, and that's what I really like to do with my clients when I first talk to them, like an intake session. Just find out what their goals are, connect them to their real goals, their real why, and what they want, and kind of fleshing out that who they really are deep down at the core, and what are the experiences that they want to experience while they do their work and while they serve. All right, so Elena and I work with a lot of young professionals, and then our niche is working with young professionals to transition into their life with more ease. And one of the questions we like to ask them is like, look, what do you want to do for a career? Because when you're young, you're like, what I'm going to do, right? So it's, do you want a job? Job is something that makes you money, right? You have a job literally to make money. I mean, we've all had jobs, and that just made money. A career is a path to better work. So you're in your career, and as you're doing your career, you might find these other opportunities and chances because you kept your ear to the ground, you lived into those words that you really want to portray for yourself in your social relationships, and just for yourself, business relationships and things like that, or a calling, what you're meant, what you're meant to do, right? So you either have a job, you either have a career, you either have a calling. And this is where we like to play with between 28 to 35 or something like that.
Yeah.
So you can really fillet out what it is that you want to do. What are your interests? What is your who? What are your core values? Why do you do what you do? Are you doing this for money? Are you doing it for a path to better work? Or do you feel like this is a call? So 2 quotes I really like that go to this. One is by Henry Ford. So Henry Ford is a business that makes nothing but money is a poor business. It's one of my favorite quotes. Another quote? Yeah. Another quote is the 2 most important days of your life is the day that you're born and the day that you realize what you're meant to do. So I really truly believe that. And that's what I feel my calling is, to help people shift perspectives so they can create extraordinary lives, so they can contribute to their families and communities, literally to make the world a better place. And it's like, world peace, what are you going to do, blah, blah, blah. Well, I feel, and we feel, we can do it one person at a time, and then they can affect their family, and that can affect the community and the people that they meet and meet. Do you ever meet people that you're just like, yo, this guy, this girl is an amazing person. Like, I just want to sit down and have lunch. Like, I don't even know what we're going to talk about, but I just want to be around you, right? Creating something like that in the core of your family so it can trickle, and that trickle effect, that's how you can combat all the things that you don't like seeing on social media, all the things you don't like seeing on the news. And this all starts from within.